Thank you for your interest in submitting your work to the European Journal of International Law. In this short presentation, we will explain how to submit your work and what happens afterwards. Please submit your manuscript through the database ScholarOne. We also ask for a 2-page CV. The CV makes no difference for the assessment of the manuscript, but will help the editors in deciding on, and especially eliminating, peer reviewers, for instance, direct colleagues or former supervisors. ScholarOne also asks for some data about you. These data do not feed into the review process, but help us compile some statistics of our authorship base, on which we keep a keen eye with a view to promoting diversity, and which we publish annually. Please fill out all boxes on ScholarOne to assist us in that exercise. When submitting your manuscript, you may wish to consider that EJIL has the following rubrics. Apart from the main articles, we have shorter pieces in the rubrics Critical Review of Governance and Jurisprudence. Their emphasis is not so much developing a new theoretical or doctrinal argument, but critically reviewing contemporary practices of governance or cases. As the name indicates, the reviews should be critical, in the sense of containing an analysis of the merits and faults. The rubric Letters to the Editors provides an opportunity for readers to write short reactions to items published in the journal. Book reviews and review essays are managed by EJIL's book review editors. Get in touch with them directly if you wish to review a book. Authors of books are discouraged from suggesting their own work for review. The annual EJIL Forward is a commissioned lead article. Some of the responses, the afterwards, are also commissioned, but it is also possible to submit a response without having been commissioned. It is not required to indicate the rubric for which you are submitting your work. The editorial team will assess where it fits best. Occasionally, EJIL publishes not only an article, but also a reply to the article. Together, they constitute an EJIL debate. Sometimes the reply was invited. That is often the case when a peer review report shows strong disagreement, rather than criticizing the quality of the article. Other times, replies come in spontaneously, for instance, after the article has appeared online in preprint version. Replies can also be published in a later issue than the original article. Replies often generate extra interest in the original article. If you consider submitting a symposium, please first send the editor-in-chief a symposium proposal. Symposia should not be just a collection of articles on the same theme. Rather, they should be more than the sum of the parts. A framework article should do the difficult job of synthesizing the collection, showing what it is that the symposium does that the individual articles could not do on their own. A symposium is stronger and more cohesive if all authors have been working with a draft of the framework article from the outset. Your manuscript will be discussed in the first editorial meeting if that meeting is scheduled for more than a week after your submission, and otherwise in the next editorial meeting. Editorial meetings take place once a month. The meeting consists of the journal's 3 associate editors, currently Ana Luisa Bernardino, Abimanyu George Jane, and Francisco José Quintana, and the editor-in-chief, currently Sarah Nouwen. Each submitted article is read by at least one associate editor and the editor-in-chief, but often by more members of the editorial team. The notes of EJIL's assistant editors on submitted articles also feed into this meeting. The editorial meeting usually decides on submissions in one of the 3 ways. Send to peer review, reject, or reject with an invitation to resubmit a fundamentally altered article. The associate editors collect and sometimes chase the reports from the peer reviewers. When all reports are in, they are discussed in the editorial meeting. Most attention goes to the reasoning of the reviewers, not the final recommendation. accept, reject, or revise and resubmit. After the editorial meeting, the author is informed of the outcome: reject, accept, or revise and resubmit. In most instances, it is revise and resubmit, because nothing is as good that it cannot be improved, and academic peers love improving work. When the peer reviewers suggest fundamental changes, we sometimes ask authors for a roadmap of how they plan to revise the article before they actually do so. This allows the editors to check that the suggestions are taken to heart and to avoid a round of rewriting that misses key points. Authors are encouraged to take their time to engage with the peer review reports and to rethink their articles. EJIL believes in slow scholarship that has had a good gestation time and that will have a long shelf life. Pieces that are urgent may be more suitable for the blog EJIL Talk or current affairs journals. After resubmission, the editorial team again reads the article and, in case of fundamental suggestions by the peer reviewers, often ask at least one of the original peer reviewers to read the new version. That report is then also discussed in the editorial meeting. After this meeting, the editors often ask the authors to make some more, usually minor, revisions before the piece is finally accepted. It is rare for articles to be rejected at this stage, but it does happen, especially if rounds of revision have not led to resolution of key problems. Once the article has been accepted for publication, the managing editor takes over from the editorial team and shepherds the article through copy editing and typesetting. Your contribution will usually appear in preprint online before it appears in the printed version of the journal. Eventually, the table of contents of the journal is announced on the blog EJIL Talk. Finally, some personal tips from the current members of the editorial team. We look forward to your submission.